This is Gander Radio, time 0120 Zulu. Cafe, Montreal International Airport, Montreal International Airport, valid from the 13th at 0000 Zulu until the 13th at 2400 Zulu. Wind 230 degrees, 8 knots. Visibility more than 6 miles. Few clouds at 4,000, 18,000 scattered. Becoming between 0700 Zulu and 0900 Zulu. Wind 130 degrees, 5 knots. Toronto, valid from the 13th at 00.
Money, baby. Hi, everybody. Nick here. And as you can tell, got a new toy. Just came in from Germany today. This thing's heavy. This thing weighs 50 to 60 pounds. This thing weighs about 20 pounds. It's a monster. Anyway, what we're looking at here is a Siemens E311 high frequency radio from 1.5 megahertz to 30 megahertz. And the E350 or 350, I don't know, I'd have to go look at the nameplate. Long wave adapter, which takes it from like 10 hertz up to 1.5 megahertz. So the long wave adapter. This thing's cool, way cool. So you saw me on that beacon I always listen to, 28.209, and I tried to zoom in and show you how the counter was right on money. And I even clicked it down to the lowest bandwidth, and we were still getting the beacon just fine. It's, by the way, it's 7:20 p.m. Dallas, Texas. No, that's 8:20 p.m. Dallas, Texas. Sorry, 8:20 p.m. Dallas, Texas. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this. So there's an interface, obviously. It's very simple. There's just basically two cables. There's a jumper here for the antenna. So the antenna feed goes to the long wave adapter. There's a 50 ohm and a whatever, 1,000 ohm. So I got my Wellbrook in here. Then there's a jumper here. And then there's a jumper cable from here into the sync slot down there. Then I have an external speaker plugged into the loudspeaker thing. It has an internal speaker. To listen to it, you just pull this out, and that activates the loudspeaker. Go over the controls real quick. Obviously bandwidth, coarse tuning up here, fine tuning down here, a meter that shows either RF or AF just by flipping it. Your band selector. This is like an antenna tuner. You peak the signal every time you switch or change your tune around. You can peak the signal here. But with the Wellbrook antenna on the 50 ohm, I really don't have to peak that much at all. There's an RF gain control. Obviously, this is the audio, the volume control. Here's the mode selector. A3A is sideband, A1 is CW, A3 is AM. The filters work in CW and AM, but in sideband, this is inactive because there's only one filter, like most German radios. So I don't know what that filter is, but these filters here, the way you read this, see, it says plus or minus 3, so technically that's a 6 kilohertz filter. So 6, 3, 1, and whatever that is, I can't, 0.3 is the point, so 300 hertz is the smallest filter for CW. And that's what we were listening to that 28209 beacon on. Noise limiter up here. These obviously power, those are 2 spare fuses. This is a sync button to make this thing kind of like a pre-selector. So see, this light here lights up and locks in when you're on every hash mark. All right, so every one of those hash marks, you tune the coarse tuner, this thing will move, and when you get directly on like 10, 10.1, 10.2, that will light up. kind of like a Frog 7, a Yaesu Frog 7, to let you know when you're in there. And then, or you can turn it off, or if it had the optional 1 kilohertz sync, but this one doesn't, so that doesn't do anything. This is AGC, so we're on 2 seconds, which is slow, or 0.2, which is fast, or by hand, which is off. Squelch. When you're in A3, you select lower or upper. Those are the controls in a nutshell. The long wave adapter is really just a pre-selector. You still do all of your tuning here, all of these controls. The only thing you do with this is select your range, and usually you could just use the coarse range down here. You only need to select a range if you want to use the pre-selector if you're getting a lot of bleed through, and that will get rid of it. So we'll play around with that in a second. So anyway, so we just listened to, what was it, a Volmit or something? Let's turn it back up.
Wind 340 degrees.
All right, let's put it on AM. And we'll go down to WWV, which is 10. We can check out the, since it's 8 o'clock, almost 8:30 at night, let's check out the 49 meter band. So we'll go up to like 6. AM 6 kilohertz. Peak this, that's peaked. There, RF up. Line level. RF meter. 5.850 is the next station. Something at 5.990.
The Russian Scout.
Well, there was half an hour ago when I was looking for stuff. All right. 6 should be Cuba if they're on. There they are. But Cuba's always kind of weird. Then there should be a 6.030 is, I think it's Marti, Radio Marti. See that 0 beat? And where does it stop? Money! That's where it stops. 6070 is Canada. Okay, real weak. Sun's not even down yet. All right, let's monkey with the long wave adapter. So the long wave adapter, so that in order to get the camera to look up there, I have to change the angle, and my tripod doesn't go any higher. So here, let's try this. So if you look at it, when I first got this, I thought you tuned it on here. That's not true. You don't tune it. That's a pre-selector. So, and that humming that you're hearing is this external speaker. I got it cranked way up. This is a pre-selector, and I'll show you. You kind of get in range and you peak your signals. You still do all your tuning with the big unit down here. So let's go to medium wave. The 2 powerful stations around here are 1310 and 1080. So what you do is you have to, the long wave adapter, well, first of all, it's on already. There's a main switch here, so you can see this above 1550 kilohertz. So that's the lower unit, or it has a safety on it. You actually have to pull this out and flip it, okay? Then that's for this. Now, to activate it, you have to tune this unit to 20 megahertz. And then, all right, so let's go to 20. All right, and then down to 0. All right, so that's 0, all right? But then if you want to tune something, you start going up from there. So whatever you want to tune, you add it to 20. So if I want to go to 1310 kilohertz, 1.31 megahertz, I have to tune this to 21.3, 21.123, 21.3, and then I go this to 10. I got this on, tune this up. What else am I missing here? I know I forgot. Oh, I have to put this on there. And you peak it.
And I'm like, okay,
Hear that?
what are you doing? What does that mean?
So it's not perfect to 1310, but that's just a pre-selector.
Not Creed at all.
So
where's this going? Right. Who is this? What's
listen to
happening?
1080.
The drum machine.
You dial this down to
How do drums work like that?
1.3, so 1.0, 20,
I know that
21.1, 80, I think. No.
Through 9
There it
o'clock
is.
Thursday night.
21,
Thursday evening,
080.
low 80. Sunny and hot again on Friday, high 102 with heat index values.
Oh, and you got to peak it.
106. Saturday, mostly
Whoa.
sunny and hot again, high 102.
Listen to
Slight
this.
chance of showers Saturday night, and then Sunday, partly sunny with a high of 97.
Oh,
Monday,
97
sunny and
is
hot,
cooling
back
off,
up to
thank God.
103.
103
degrees right now in Dallas. I'm Stephen Pickering. More of the Dave Ramsey Show is next on News Radio
All right.
1080 KRLD.
Let's go to long wave beacon. So long wave beacon would be my favorite one here is 0.365. So you go down to 20.3, so 20.123. All right, and you always got to, sometimes this light flashes, sometimes it stays on, but you got to make sure that light is on when you're on the number, and then you're locked in there. It's kind of like a pre-selector. So 3, and then I dial 65 on here. Oh, notice I also have to tune this to the 365 range, and I have to move the pre-selector to get it in that range. So we'll be somewhere here. Watch what happens when I get down to 365. 1 kilohertz bandwidth. You can still hear it on 300. Hear that? Money. Money. This thing is awesome. Awesome. Oh, there's a real weak beacon at 341. So let's cruise to 41 and see if sometimes they can't even get it. Too much static or whatever. Put it on 41. And now don't forget, we got to peak this. I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can make it out. It's real staticky, even besides these thunder crashes. But anyway, it's working. I love this thing. Thing is working great. This meter is really sensitive with the line level. It's easy to when you have to use this control to peak it, or even this control to peak the long wave. It's very sensitive on here. which is, you know, it's a great help. But yeah, this thing is working great. So let's kind of just end this video by going back up to the 49 meter band to, let's see, was it 5950 is an active? So we go to AM, which is A3, open the bandwidth. Oh, we also have to turn, remember, since we're going back to the bottom unit, we have to pull this out. Can you see that? You have to pull that out and flip it over. All right, that turns this off. And then...
That in order to meet Biden's promise...
And we can even turn this off. And it still works because the antenna signal feeds through.
Raytheon has had to bring engineers back out of retirement.
These two lights here are the ovens, the heaters, because this is a tube radio.
And it's the same.
It heats the tubes. They come on and off at different times with different temperatures. So like after it's been on for an hour or so, they'll both be off.
With General Dynamics.
Sometimes one of them might click back on. There's probably some kind of temperature sensor in there. And if it senses the temperature dropping a little bit, it'll kick one or the other oven on, or both. And yeah, so no, I'm very, excuse me, yawning here a little. Very happy with this.
Read and understand the
Let's do one more sideband here. Let's see if those guys on the net at 14.3. 14.123. Put this on sideband. Oops. No. Look at that. Dead on. 14.313. Dead on. The red marker is money. Well, let's go down to 40 meters. Which is 7.2. We got to switch this to lower sideband. Stay that for here. 268 was usually active, so let's go up to 68. Nope, nothing. Look at that. I gotta angle the camera. It is money.
Well, in my humble opinion, and I'll underline the humble, but yeah, it sounds great and a nice clean signal. You're gonna cut through all that QRM there, and it's.
All right, so let's listen before I shut it off. Let's listen to the internal speaker. So we pull this out.
This is the Pro 7 headset. I like the audio on the headphones on this. It's better. The other one I use is the Pro 7 Plus. Not as good as this. But this headset is much
we never came off slow AGC. It's all right. That code was still coming in really good.
It takes a little bit of getting used to.
All right, let's end with that. Speaking of code. So we'll go up to 28, 209, 28, 2. Put this on A1. Put this down there. And we'll put this down to 09. you hear that? When we first were on there, with the wider bandwidth, you could hear multiple CW signals. I flipped it down to 300 hertz. Right on. I mean, I can hear it fine. I hope you guys can hear it. It's really quiet. Volume is max right now. If I go to a wider filter, it gets louder. But let's let other crap in. But anyway, so that's my new Siemens 311, 350. Thank you very much. If you're watching, you know who you are and you know how much you've helped me with this. Thank you. Robert, I know you're watching this. You've been almost more excited about me getting this week than me. So came in, I was messing with it. I had to reach out to my buddy in Germany to learn how to work this long wave adapter because I never would have figured out that I had to start at 20 megahertz and then work my way up from there. I was trying to do all the tuning on here and I'm like, oh, this thing's broken. Oh, shit. And so I sent him an email and you know, there's a big time difference between now and Germany. And he responded immediately. And he says, detailed instructions. Here's what you got to do. And he was absolutely perfect. So I'm very happy. The radio is, I mean, the dial calibration, I couldn't ask for any better. You guys know I'm kind of on the OCD side. I like my markers to line up, okay? You know, I kind of don't like them being like that or like that. I kind of like them like that. So I'm very happy with this. Very, very happy. So, all right, everybody, thanks for hanging out.